That also means you might have to wait another couple months for another video.
Well, that wasn't true. Good morning, good evening, or good night, everybody. Obviously, I'm back a bit earlier than I thought I would, but I had this channel going a bit quicker than expected. Also, I got a new microphone, so I hope this one's okay. Please tell me in the comments if you want me to go back to my old one, but I feel like this is better, so yeah. Anyway, I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Before I go over the actual part of this video, I would like to talk about Christmas a little bit. So Christmas means a lot to me, not just because of the presents under the tree, but because it's my grandfather's birthday. In November of last year, my grandfather passed away, and it brought a new meaning to Christmas to me. So in the comments, I want you all to type down what is the best thing you received for Christmas this year. Along with that, I want you to type down some New Year resolutions, so when you ever come back to this video, maybe next year, or maybe the year after that, you can come back and see what you've changed and how much you've accomplished. If you were to ask me that same question, it'd be that my grandfather was the best thing I received for Christmas. And as for New Year's resolutions, I need to stop being lazy and start working on things that I enjoy as well as the things that I need in life. So think really, really hard about what is the greatest thing you received and what you want to do with your life going forward. So moving right along to the actual part of this video, today we will be ranking all the Brawlhalla characters based on their base design. This does not include colors or skins, just their pure basic design. Now, Brawlhalla does release characters quite often, so this video may be outdated by the time I release it, but I wanted to get this video out, so keep in mind this is my own opinion, so you can always comment your own, saying that either I'm stupid for the ranking I gave them or I'm correct. Either way, I hope you enjoy this video and let's get right into it, starting with Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla has the most iconic base design of the game. He is the face of the game and makes it look like he's the base design for each and every other character. However, this does make his character look quite run-of-the-mill compared to other characters. Seeing as he is the middle ground for every other character, I will put him at a C ranking, as I feel like this is the best place for him. Next up, we have Ada. Ada is an interesting-looking character, looking like she came right out of Cyberpunk Edgerunners. And despite how much people love to spam with her character, I feel like she's a really good-looking character. Her base skin has a technological look that I really enjoy, especially the little green stuff in her eye. I do not believe she is all that flashy, but I will give her a B rating. Next up, we have Arcadia. Perhaps one of the best character names in the entire game, Arcadia is a very nice-looking character. Her base colors contrast really well. I love the horns she has and little crown jewels she has in the middle of her forehead. I feel like this is one of the better characters we've received over the past few years, and I really enjoy her look. This may be a little bias showing, but for Arcadia, I'm going to put her in an A tier. Ho ho! Artemis. Now we all know where I'm going to rank this one. When we first started this game, all of us, when we found out that Artemis was a character, we automatically used her. I feel like 70% of the people that have mained her only did that because of her design alone. Her weapon specials, her base design, the sounds her weapon attacks make. I mean, come on, the only reason somebody wouldn't use her design is because they hate how much people spam with her. I am giving Artemis an S+ ranking. She is by far one of the best, if not the best looking character and base design in this entire game. Azuri. Azuri on her base skin is obviously an anthropomorphic cat creature. Personally, she doesn't look all that flashy to me. I do not really enjoy how she just has a cat head and then everything else is just basic. There's not much I really have to say about her, so I'm just going to put her in a C ranking with Brawlhalla. I don't really enjoy the look of this character all that much. Azoth. Azoth is a interesting character to rate. I love his design. Who doesn't like a good skeleton with a bit of helmet armor? But Azoth is just weird looking. So every character in Brawlhalla has a bit of head displacement. Their head proportions are bigger than the rest of their body, and that strikes a lot more with Azoth than any other character for me. I know that it's the art style of the game, but his head is just way too big. I'm going to have to put him at a B-. I'm going to put him above the C tier characters, but still, I don't like his design much based off of his head. Barraza. Obviously, this character is based off a Mad Max movie. I mean, look at him! Whenever he does attacks, you hear a car motor going off in the background. Not only that, but his mask is reminiscent of a certain character in 2015 from Mad Max Fury Road. I love this apocalyptic design he has, and his colors are really good. The only thing I don't like is his mohawk, but you can't really go wrong with a mohawk. This comes at a bias, as I play him quite often, but I'm going to put him in an A- tier. Bryn! If you haven't realized by my avatar, I really like characters with armor. Armored characters are an easy way to get my attention. Bryn with her Asgardian-styled armor is no different. I love her Thor helmet and the sounds her abilities make. But my love for armor can only go so far. Her armor is a bit plain, so the only grade I can give her is a B+. Caspian, by far the most flashy character in this entire game. I love the way he looks and the masquerade feel he gives off. His heavies are also probably the most stylish in the game, so I'm going to give him an A-tier ranking. Cassidy, the cowgirl of the group, is very plain. Besides the obvious Western take on her, she's not that flashy at all. Her design is something you'd see as a background character in a Western-style movie. Everybody loves Western aesthetics, but honestly, the only place I can put her is a C tier. She's not that flashy, as I said before. Ross. The most basic-looking character in the entire game, in my opinion, besides his abilities. If he didn't have the effects he did on his heavies, he would definitely be very low on this tier list. However, his abilities carry him quite far. I love his side heavy with his gauntlets. His effects alone put him up at B+. Diana. Diana is just an all-around good-looking character. Honestly, there's not much I can say other than her design is really, really good. I will give her an A ranking. Dusk. Without a doubt, Dusk is one of my favorite character designs in this entire game. The elven look he has, as well as the fact that he has a spear that has great aesthetic-looking attacks. He's just an all-rounded good-looking character. He's getting an A+ for me. Ember. Ember is one of the earlier made characters, so her design is quite lackluster compared to the newer ones. The Little Red Riding Hood feel she has is quite meh. I'm going to put her up with Bovador at C. There's not much else I can say for her. Ezio. Assassin's Creed has made its way into Brawlhalla through Ezio. The two things that make Ezio's design quite good is his cloak and obviously his abilities. His orbs have some of the cleanest looking abilities in this entire game. Though him making the Giga Chad face every single time you face off against him is kind of unnerving, I will give him a B+ ranking. King Zuva. At the time of this recording, he is the newest Brawlhalla character. I really like the look of his hammer. The design he has reminds me of a character from Wakanda. His robe also has pretty nice designs on it, so I'll give him a B+ as well. Nash has the look of a Ooga Booga caveman with a saber-toothed tiger as a kilt. Despite the tiger, the rest of his design is a little mid. The markings on his face is also a good touch, but honestly I'm going to put him at a B tier. Hattori! I love the ninja look she has, especially the cloud she makes with her spear. The face paint is a good touch for her, and her clothes are really nice looking. B tier. Imugi! The Master Oogway of this game has a very unique design. I love snapping turtles in real life, and seeing one in the game is quite a nice touch. He's obviously based off of an alligator snapping turtle, hinting by the spiky carapace and his very sharp beak. His ability effects also have a really nice look to them, so I will give him an A ranking. Isaiah. I mean, what can I say about him? He's basically just a normal military ops person. D. Jaehyun. The first ever character to wield a greatsword in the game also has a really nice design. I don't know what it is about him, his hair maybe, or the scar on his eye. I just feel like there's a lot going for him in his base design. His colors also contrast really well together, so I'm going to give him a ranking of an A. Jala! Jala is another character I'd say that is really carried by her effects. Her base design is okay, I would give it a C on its own, but with her effects I'm going to give her a B+. Jiro! Jiro has a nice design and great effects for his character. I love his hair and his bandana, so I'm going to give him a B+. Kaya! Looking like she just came out of the Arctic, her main focus is her jacket. Her effects are also really nice, so I'm also going to give her a B+. Koji! Pretty basic to me. I don't really enjoy looking at him all that much. His hair is the best part of his design, so I'm going to give him a C. Core! Core is probably one of the more unique characters in this game. An entirely Earth-based elemental that doesn't even have attached arms. His colors are a bit bland, but I do enjoy the bit of grass he has on the top of his head and his one eye. I will give him a B. Lin Fei. Another character design carried by their abilities is Lin Fei. Her effects entirely run the show in my opinion, and I'm going to give her a ranking of a C. Her design just isn't that appealing to me. Loki. Loki has some of the best character effects in this entire game, and his design isn't that bad either. He looks like a character straight out of Lord of the Rings, so I'm going to have to give an A+. Lucian! Lucian was one of my first mains, and I enjoy his design very, very much. A conniving pirate-looking design. His effects may look a little bland, but I actually really enjoy them. Of course, this is biased, but I'm going to give him a rank of an A. Magyar! By far one of my favorite designs in this entire game. As you all know, I loved character designs with armor, and he is all armor. His spiritual effects and the fact that he's made up of over 100 souls is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in a character in Brawlhalla. In terms of design, he is easily an S-tier character. Mako! Why can I hear the Jaws thing? Mako's design is one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. I do enjoy the amount of scars he has across his body and his ability effects. Though I don't enjoy playing against him, I really like his design, so he's going to be an A+. Mirage! Mirage looks like a character straight out of Aladdin. I love her Egyptian aesthetic and the fact that her abilities have lots of sand in them. Her character design alone gets her at A tier. Mordex! You all know he was coming soon. Mordex is one of the most popular characters in Brawlhalla, and for good reason. His design is quite nice, though pretty basic on the newer standards of things. The personal ranking I will give him is a B. Moonin! This musical bird has some of the best effects in this entire game! Though I don't really like her design, I cannot put it anywhere lower than B+. Queen Nai. Though the most annoying character to play against in this entire game, her design's pretty good. I love her crown and the Aztec feel she has with the tattoos across her body. Her effects are by far some of the best in the game. I'm going to give her A+ grade. Nyx is up next. The gothic feel she has is really nice looking. I love the stitches across her mouth. She's easily one of the better looking mid-grade characters, so I'm going to give her a B+ rating. Onyx! The Gargoyle Queen has one of the best character designs in this game, as of my opinion at least. Her base design is just perfect. The colors coordinate correctly with one another. Her effects could be a little better, but she's already at an A+ grading for me. Orion. Having the same effect as Artemis, Orion has probably been picked as a character to play because of his design. His signature effects are golden, and I love the sounds of them. His base character design may look a little basic, but I'm going to give him an A+. Petra! For all my Dragon Ball Z lovers, Petra has stepped in the game. Her character effects are superb, and honestly, I like playing as her base design more than some of her skins. She's getting an A. Ragnir. Who doesn't love a good dragon design? Even though I'm not good with Ragnir, sometimes I just play him because I love his design so much. He's getting an A+ in my book. Raymond! I feel like people will come after me if I try to rank this guy, so I'm gonna let y'all do it. Red Raptor. The only thing I don't like about this character is his eye. I kind of wish they just kept that glass from breaking on his visor. I prefer if he was just entirely cowled. Either way, design looks pretty nice. I'm going to give him a B+. Reno! I have a certain love for a bug creature back in the 1990s from an animated movie, so Reno's design automatically piqued my eye when I saw him in the store for the first time. His Western appeal is what I wish Cassidy had. His hat, his four arms, his wings, his antennae. His design is S+ alone for me. Scarlet. I don't really like her design all that much. She's the basic lab rat looking character. I'm going to give her a C. Sentinel. I don't like this character design. There is no possible way I could sugarcoat it. This character is getting a D- from me. Seven! Seven is a robotic character, and I like his facial expressions a lot. It reminds me of those masks that TikTokers used to use back in 2022. Though the hat throws me off a bit, it gives me a little bit of emotion for his character. B+. Sidra. Now I know how a lot of you feel about this character and her abilities, but her design is pretty good. I'm going to give her base design a B+. Taros. Taros. Whatever his name is. Taros is a pretty basic anthropomorphic character. He's just big and mean and angry all the time, so I'm going to give him a C tier. And yes, this is biased because of how annoying he is to play against. Tezca! The Nacho Libre of this game is pretty nice looking. He's the first character to use boots, and I like it. The green effects he has are pretty nice, so I'm going to give him a B tier. Thatch. As my artist friend used to say about him, he looks like a homeless person. He's your run-the-mill pirate character, nothing special really. I don't like his design all that much, so I'm going to give him a C tier. Thea! She's a really cute character. Her glasses are nice and her effects are pretty good. She is getting a B+ from me. Thor! This guy looks like he made the GigaChat filter. I mean, he's okay, but it's kind of meh. I'm going to give him a C+. Ulgrim! Not half bad for an engineer. Although I would be terrified to see him without a beard, so I'm going to give him a rating of a B. Val! Another cybernetic type character. She has a really cute design. Similar with Diana, I have no grievances about this character, and I don't have much to say on her either. She's getting a B+. Vector!
Oh yeah!
He looks like if Starscream decided to paint his entire body gray. I love how he transforms into his lance, so his effects are pretty good. But I don't know, it's that smile that bothers me. B+. Volkov! The Dracula of this game has a pretty good design. I love how much he looks like a genuine vampire. His face contorts when he does attacks, and his ability effects are really nice. He's getting an A. Vivi! Similarly with Diana and Val, I don't have much to say about her other than the fact that her design is quite nice. She's getting an A. Lord Vrax! I don't like it. He looks like he came straight out of the Monsters vs. Aliens TV show. He's getting a D rating. Wu Shang. This is as basic as the game gets. He looks like he's straight out of Avatar. A B is as far as I can go with him. Zol. Every single time I try to voice an ogre character, this is the first character that comes to mind. His orc design is really nice looking, and I love the tattoos on his forehead. He looks like the green Kratos of this game. He's getting an A as well. Yumiko! This character doesn't originate from this game, but I'll rate her anyway. I mean, come on, it's Yumiko. She's getting an A+. Zariel. Spam, spam, and more spam. His effects become a little basic, but because of how many times people use them, I feel like their appeal has gone down. And his base design is just okay. He's getting a B. And that is the end of this list. So I don't know how quickly this video will become outdated, but I still had a lot of fun doing this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you ever wish to voice your opinions in the comments, please do. I'd be happy to read them. Well, I'm off, everybody. I hope to see you all soon. Before I go, make sure to say something nice to someone. It might just make their day.